Hello and welcome to the introduction for the DML4 Fantasy League. $5,000 in payouts, and we just went over the draft. Today, we're just going to do a quick recap. A recap of the season before us, the people currently in the league, who's to watch out for, how the draft has gone for some people, and how poorly it's gone for some others, and many other things to just introduce and recap DML4 as we go into Season 2. And I'm here with Tanner, 10,000 YouTube subscribers, fellow competitive Madden player, and DML connoisseur. And he will also be going over this with me. How are we doing, Tanner?
Terrific. Doing quite swell. I'm just excited for this upcoming year. Very, very excited for this.
I am as well. I'm the Packers, and Tanner is... What team are you,
The
Tanner?
Buffalo Bills.
Yes, the Addicted to Oreos lurk tag. But I do like myself coming up that division. What do you think, Tanner?
Agree with you. I think that what you have in your advantage is you are in multiple leagues. You know CFM very well. I feel like a thing that you might need to look out for is Quill. I know he made a big trade. He traded away his first overall pick to Radiant for Marshawn Lattimore, who is a 94 overall X Factor. Could definitely help out his secondary. And I just know Quill in general loves to play you. He loves to get under your skin. And potentially, he might be able to steal one of those regular season games. But I do agree with you. I would side with you. It'll be interesting to see how Hefe and maybe Flying Ryan in 980, he could potentially be good. Because I never heard of Radiant until I played him in a playoff game and he beat the brakes off me. So there are some people I've never heard of that potentially could be really stinking good.
I'm going to be honest here. Looking at these divisions, I think this division, I don't know. It's one of the easier divisions, if I'm being honest. Of course, we have Yardy, who's made a live event. Great player as the Cowboys user. He won it last year. Racius, who we said in the draft, has had a tough go at it this past bit in DML. I could definitely say he's had a tough go at it. He's a great player when he locks in. He's a young kid, 14 years old, competing in DML. It's not something you can scoff at all. He would, if you guys think you could take down Racius at 30 years old, you're probably wrong. Right? At the end of the day. Big Show, again, another club runner-up. So Yardy was the club runner-up in Madden 21 for the Chiefs club. Big Show was the club runner-up for the Washington Commanders in Madden 21. So two guys who have made lives, and it's one of the easiest divisions. That really does speak to how competitive DML is. I'm just going to go out on a limb here once again. A little biased. My crewmate, I'm going to take Yardy to win the NFC East. The Cowboys on the top there. The only one online, if you can see. You can even see it. He's got the green dot beside him. He's in there. He's grinding. He's probably playing some $50 money games. So he's there. That kind of is a testament to Yardy's work ethic. But I like Yardy to win this division. But I would not be totally surprised if Big Show stole it from under him.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Big Show on this one. Big Show, unfortunately for him, he was very upset with his performance in DML Legends, which is a Legends League, on PS5. He was upset with his performance. He lost to Astro in the divisional round. I think that Big Show, him losing in the playoffs first round last year, might light a little bit of a fire underneath him. And I know that every time that him and Yardy play, it's going to be a good game. So I think that what really happens between those two games, between Big Show and Yardstick, will decide a division. But I will side with Big Show over Yardstick winning the division.
We have the NFC South with Raging R Nurse, who's a newer player to DML. We have TTV 818 Kobo, TGL Kmac, and Heartbreaky 5. For my pick for the division, it's very, very tight. 100% whoever wins doesn't win the division out of these two players between Kobo and Kmac is going to have a wildcard spot, probably the top wildcard spot. But I'm going to take Kmac just because he traded Kyler and boosted his defense so much. And we actually interviewed him and he talked about a couple things like of how great this team is. He's not used to having such great teams and he's excited for it. So I'm going to take Kmac for that NFC South fresh off the Super Bowl win.
Also, we'll be taking Kmac. I do think that Kobo will definitely make it challenging. I wouldn't be surprised if they split. I just think that the fact that Kmac drafted his own team, he's made the trades necessary. I know Kobo pretty personally. I know he's not very happy with the team that he has. I know that he's happy to join the league. I just know that it's not the team that he would have drafted if he were to be in the league himself. So I do think that the team advantage does go to Kmac. But I do think that Kobo could definitely split a game or potentially go 2-0 against Kmac. But I think that the games outside of the division where Kobo and Kmac will be playing pretty comparable opponents, probably the same people. I do think that I would give the Kmac the edge in those types of games.
Let's go to the NFC West. Now, this is going to sound crazy, but looking at it, it's another one of those divisions that you could say almost might be easy, but it's not close to easy because you have Astro and MaddenRox, right? No Oreos for dinner is MaddenRox. Astronomer 612 is Astro. Now, don't get me wrong, FR Jet and Go Gav are both good players, but I'm going to take MaddenRox because I know how locked in he is on these CFMs. It's definitely super close. Astro's a fantastic player. But yeah, no, I'm going to take MaddenRox for that one.
I completely agree with you on that one as well. The sole reason is just because I think MaddenRox will play every single game. Astro, like you said, probably will get a fair sim or two, maybe a couple force losses as well. But I do think that more than likely in the regular season, I would not be surprised at a split between those two. Now, what Astro could have going for him is potentially winning both those games and then him having a couple force losses or fair sims. Then he could still win the division. But I would side with No Worries for Dinner, aka MaddenRox, as well in the NFC West.
Let's move on to the AFC North. Now, the AFC North, from a bird's eye view, if you're not into the competitive Madden community, you're probably like, dang, that's light. Dopus is a fantastic bunch player. Smooth Moves is always really close to the playoffs and a great team builder. Scooted is also, I like to call him Wesley on offense, but Racius on defense. So Scooted is definitely very, very tough to beat. But we have the Nightmare on Elm Street as the Steelers. That goose guy, he eats bunch players for breakfasts. He spits them out, and then he eats them again. He's one of those players that you just don't want to see, especially if you're in a compressed set. He runs that 4-3 even 6-1. And Scooted and Dopus could both make playoffs. I'm not going to say that. But for the division, because of how great of a bunch defender Goose is and how uncomfortable people get when you blitz them, I'm going to take Goose for the AFC North, especially as he's locked in on these CFMs playing all his games.
I'm going to go with Scoot. I'm going to side with Scoot just because of that late season push he had. I mean, I think he won 8 straight games or something ridiculous in the latter part of the year. It might have been 9. It was just a ridiculous number. I think he's going to ride that momentum into this year and probably lock up the division, in my opinion.
100%. I get it. I get the pick. Let's go into the AFC East, where we have a little bias here. We have Tanner, addicted to Oreos, and our guy, DML legend, not for winning, but for being just an all-around guy, Big Mar, Hunch Punch, The Truth, great Madden player. Well, good Madden player, no doubt.
Take away the great.
Then we have Big Bussy 19. Had to make sure I said it, not Tanner, just in case. Tanner would've messed that up. Very PG as well. Yeah. That's TNC Salty, and he actually has Kyler. He just got Kyler from Kmac, so he's going to be ready to dominate. And Chauncey Feet, who actually edged out Kmac last season, Tanner last season, is also there. I have to take Salty with Kyler. It's dangerous. He has a glitch to him that may be banned, or he may sneak it out just on Tanner. He's got Kyler. It's very hard not to take someone like Salty, who's on the game all the time, who's grinding the game, labbing with the crew like TNC.
I sadly agree. If I were to rank the division and what I think it'll be Salty 1, me 2, Chauncey 3, and Hunch Punch 4.
And let's go next to the AFC South. A very tough division. Arguably, let me take a look, probably the best division in the league.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt. You have Radiant, who was in the Super Bowl, who just got all of these first-round picks, built a dominating defense, like you said. Wimberly Boy, who I've actually heard of. I don't know how great he is at Madden, but he could be a very good player. I don't know too much about him, so I can't really comment on it. We have Katana, and funny enough, he's the only one with the green light, lives on Madden, only, I believe, 16, 17 years old, was 2 games off of LCQ, technically 1 if you really think about it, and he was the runner-up in the Canadian Challenge, lost to some absolute demon from Canada who runs tight doubles, don't know who that is. But anyways, and then of course our DML Legacy leader, who we really cannot underestimate at all. Like, this is how tough this division is, which is David. So I'm going to take David, our DML Legacy leader. He's just so consistent, very hard to pick against.
What I love about this division is the fact that you have DML Legacy, and you have the top 2 guys in DML Legacy in the same exact division. Now, a wild card in this division is Radiant. I think he has an amazing team. He has a scheme that fits his team perfectly. Like, he is going to run man-to-man. He is going to man-press you, and he's going to get in your face, and he is going to lock you down on defense. He's going to get pressure on the quarterback. I think his scheme is perfect for how he drafted and how he traded. But David, like you said, consistent, always going to play his games. He's always going to win his games. There's 2 sides of the coin, and David, he gets
2 sides
both.
of the same coin.
Yep, and he gets both. But then Katana as well. Really, really great player. I think that this is a division where you could honestly, if a coin did have 3 sides, I would flip it. I am going to go. I know David's a really great player. I do believe he's a better player than Radiant, but the way that Radiant plays is perfectly tailored for his team. He has so many 96, 97 speed DBs, so many kangaroos, and he's got a really explosive offense. He's got super duper fast receivers. I think the team advantage is just too drastic for somebody like Katana or David to overcome, even though they're both really great players as well.
AFC West, an interesting division, no doubt. It is, of course, we have Katana, Madden Glitcher 45, Triflin Baby Daddy, okay, and Chief Him, aka Kai, and Blake, who's your daddy 2109, the Commissioner, the Commish. Madden Glitcher, fantastic trips player. Katana King, just great player. We talked him up when we thought he was the Titans. Triflin Baby Daddy, yeah, I've seen he's got a winning record in these leagues. He's done well. Kai, who's crazy good. Just crazy efficient. He runs like a gun doubles offense. Always great defense. Very difficult to stop. And Blake, who, let's be real, Tanner. Blake might win his first 7 games, Fairson the rest, and not make the 8th wild card and forfeit the division. We don't know.
He's literally a wild card. You don't know what you're going to get from him.
Exactly. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to take, I want to take Blake, but I don't know how much Blake's going to play his game. So I don't know if I'm going to take Kai or Katana for the division here. Now, Blake's a great bunch player. Katana's a great trips player. Kai's a great doubles player. Triflin Baby Daddy's just apparently this crazy demon that I don't know much about. I'm going to take Katana.
I am going to go with Blake. Now, the reason why is I think the matchups for Blake are very favorable. Katana's a guy that Blake has beaten before in playoffs. Katana is a guy that Blake Blake loves to play in general. He has many times told us in the chat that he does not think Katana's that great. So there's definitely a little bit of feud, a little bit of beef there. So I think that'll be a very interesting matchup. But I would go with Blake over Katana. And then Chief Him is another guy I think that could sneak up on both of them.
Today I'm here with Kmac and MaddenRox. It's a good day today for a couple reasons. Number 1 on that list, though, is it's the game of the week. This is a rematch from the NFC Conference Championship where Kmac edged it out over MaddenRox in overtime, and we got a Week 1 Conference Championship rematch. Kmac, how are we feeling going into this game? You made a lot of moves in the offseason, getting rid of your escape artist, but getting a lot of new rookies.
Well, yeah, we still got escape. We just got a slower one, so we'll see how Watson plays in Week 1.
Baby escape. I respect it. MaddenRox, how are we feeling?
I think I'm going to get a win today.
I feel like I like the confidence. MaddenRox looking a lot more handsome than you would expect a tight Y off user to look. Got to make sure that's known. And yeah, you guys are free to get into the game. And then Kmac's always in a very unique offense. He's very comfortable in a lot. He's one of the few pros in the world that can run a bunch of playbooks and do well. In his recent video, I believe he ran 25 different playbooks and still went 25-0 in Weekend League, just showing how able he is to be in these unique offenses like normal Y off close and so on.
What do people use?
I use Slinger 1, but
I use Gen 1.
Gen 1's Allen's release. Good corner out by Kmac. Yeah, it's still very lucrative, that prize pot, looking at over $5,000 for first place and at least over $2,000 for second place. So there's a lot of money on the line just for Legacy. That's, wow.
Kangaroo!
And Rassis is arguing. He says, it's Generation 2. Kobo told him that Gen 2 is Gen 3 in CFM. It's a lot of people don't know, so it looks like something you're going to have to lab yourself, or we're going to have that Goose Guy record it with his toaster. I love these combos by Kmac in the red zone, having a lot of cross, really putting a lot of stress on the user. You have to respect those types of combos. It's either that or a couple wheels, and right there, that's just the... Rox is just playing good defense, a lot of mabling, and Kmac actually likes to take 3. Didn't actually expect this hammer.
Honestly, I'm not surprised by it too much. Kmac can usually get 1 or 2 stops per game. I mean, like we were talking about at the beginning of the game, Kmac almost was about to win the game, but Rox threw it right at his user, and he just got a weird out of reach animation. So I feel like Kmac probably pretty confident in his defense this game. So we'll see if that bodes well for him. MaddenRox in this normal Y off close. That crossing route is just incredibly difficult to defend, but MaddenRox has been running it all most of this year. He's done a great job in this offense. It's every time Tanner plays him, it's not fun. It's
yeah,
never
you're either getting a crazy crosser, you're getting double wheels, or he's running with escape with a post and a slant on the field.
Well, I'm in dollar right now.
Oh,
Damn.
I'm tripping.
I just run whatever I feel like is gonna work for that specific game, honestly. Like, I think first round or 2 of the playoffs, I ran 4-3-6-1. Just depends.
I believe, like you said, I don't remember what game of the week you mentioned. I think he won 23 straight games with Lamer Jackson as a quarterback.
Oh, come on.
Looking for Kittle. Oh, he's got him. Yes. It's a good throw.
Yeah, right there. Great throw by Rox. No doubt. You couldn't be more correct. MaddenRox has a very underrated user, I'd say.
Oh, there he goes. Crosser. That was a sweet move right there.
Indeed. Indeed.
Who's your looper, Rox? He's got a star under him. Is he fast?
Gary.
Yeah, he is fast then, yeah. Try and go for that.
Oh, great click on by MaddenRox to cover the flat there.
Missed that.
But yeah, just an overthrow in the deep corner. I like this call by Kmac here. I think if you notice, the way that he's picking up this blitz is very effective. That's the old way that used to pick up 1-4-6. I like this combo. That epitomizes what my combos look like on 3rd down.
Oh, wow.
Right there, that's a classic MaddenRox catch right there. Looked open. MaddenRox knows. He got a little lucky on that one. That's the worst animation you can get when throwing those seam streaks. So right now, Rox has had a huge advantage right now just because he not only is up 4, but he is now up a possession on Kmac because of that overthrown corner route and that drop pick.
But now he's got 3rd and inches. He's got to love this. 3rd and inches, 2nd and inches in this type of situation where he's trying to milk that clock is really a good place for him.
Definitely, but I wouldn't say it's that important just because of he's below the 50-yard line still at his own side of the field. So right now he's in a spot where he could even go down at the 30 and still have ample time to score, but also clock if he needed to.
Yeah, because this Madden, every possession matters with how difficult it is on defense. So these points before half are incredibly crucial.
Right there, George Kittle breaking off the first tackle. But those quick flat routes that are auto on some plays that aren't exactly just a normal flat make it that much more difficult to cover with flats.
Yeah, I don't hate the idea to audible to bunch right there because the base is a very different run to shoot than that inside zone.
Ooh, the famous luckiest idiot did get cheated a little bit. But right there, Rox just sits right up. Doesn't matter to him. He's going in for that next play. Same with Kmac sitting nice and close to the monitor. Rox is kind of a psycho. He's kind of got great posture right now. I don't know. You notice that, Hammer?
I do notice that. He does have terrific posture.
You don't usually see that too much from Madden players that are good at the game.
You don't.
I mean, bro.
Oh, man. The classic, as they call him, the luckiest idiot. It's all right. He's still up 7, but I do not... He does not... No, wait. Rox does get ball at half, correct?
Yeah, he does.
Yes, he does.
Crosser throws it quick. That was a good play. Rox is really going no huddle though. He's giving the little T-hammer action. Just go no huddle every single play.
Yeah, that's something I believe David T, our current DML legacy leader, loves to do in his formation because he audibles around so much. It really is a curveball for your opponent. Makes it more difficult to adjust.
Yeah, the good thing about no huddling is if they have their zone drop set at one specific
stuck.
zone. Oh my God. It'll be interesting to see what kind of defense Rox plays right here. If he tries to get a little aggressive, try and close this game out, or if he just wants to play a little passive, put flats on 30, just keep everything in front of him. Try and not give up the big one-play bomb because this playbook has a lot of them.
Yeah, if I'm being honest, I think Rox is just going to send a lot of heat here. I think it's going to be a lot of cover 4, a lot of send 5, just so he doesn't get the time to bomb.
Yeah.
And right there, you see the heat coming off that right side. It is just so lethal, this 3-3-5 odd blitz. But Kmac can pick it up. He throws it to his in route. Eckler takes it for a huge gain. Think he's throwing a pick to you next drive?
I think he might be unpickable.
It might be unpickable. That's what something a lot of people have said about our friend MaddenRox. It could be because he's in tight Y off.
Yeah, as his user had to make a choice.
Yep. That combo's just so hard to stop. That's the pinnacle of the normal Y off close. Or the, normal Y off close, correct? I think it's called normal Y off close, yeah. Is the Y off sail with the, literally just quick tight stopped. The tight end goes super deep and has an in route. It's similar to the Z spot and some other formations.
Yeah, that corner out with that dig is just incredibly difficult to stop. Oh, clicked on.
Oh, that could have been bad for Kmac right there.
Kmac's not wasting. He's not leaving up the chance. He's going to fullback dive and he gets that touchdown.
Yeah, great call.
Free man tips and tricks from Swole.
Yeah, it's the little stuff. Great call by Kmac. I like going for 2 there. How have you made such a big jump between Madden 21 and 22 in terms of your skill level? Because in Madden 21, you know, when you joined DML, you were one of those players that go to the wild card but probably get popped around there. But it seems like in Madden 22, you've really made that leap.
It's really just playing the game. Just the more you play the game, the more you understand it, and the more you just get better at it. So I just played weekend leagues every week until you just learn it.
In Canada, it's impossible to go 25-0 in weekend league because you'll no matter what get a DC. No matter what, you don't got a chance.
Yeah, the big thing I've noticed with Rox too, his reads are usually like pretty open stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He does a lot of things that David does with the spacing. I feel like with curls and stuff like that. When he's making a read, it's usually a really open throw. It's just when it gets to the red zone, it can get a little bit more challenging for him.
I like that you said that because one of the biggest upsets that I remember from DML Regs 3 is that MaddenRox actually took down Kobo when MaddenRox had Jameis Winston with no pass elite, no gunslinger, no nothing, even when Kobo had Aaron Rodgers with gunslinger. And that really speaks to how open his passes are. He doesn't have those tight window throws. Yeah, and it's based 100% on the defense you're in. So in cover 4, it'll send the corner. In cover 2, it'll send the deep half because they're not in a run fit. It'll send the closest defender not in a run fit.
Holy smokes, it's just crazy.
Right here, I do like this call, but it looked like Kmax right there was 6'4" Kyle Hamilton, finally making it up for himself. Is he going to get caught by 82 speed Dak? Yes! Yeah, I remember in the earlier DMLs, you would pick Kyle Hamilton every time. I remember one of the DML legends, Quill, a.k.a. Lord Quilliam, used to always get that first pick and take Kyle Hamilton because he was a superstar 94 speed and he was 6'4".
But he still has plenty of time with those 3 timeouts. He's in Rox's territory. He's got plenty of time to come back and try and win this game.
And then right there, great call by Kmac. Perfect call, right in the back of the end zone. That call, that's one of Kmac's bread and butter plays. I just kind of go for it all. If I get 2, then I get a quick score, then I'm up 3.
Yeah. Looks like Rox is opting to throw again right here.
I mean, holy smokes. I just got everybody there.
Oh, here we go. Rox goes to the gun doubles. I can't say what combo I know he's in, but he does something the same time every time he's in gun doubles. He goes to that. Oh, right there! Right there! Is that for 6? I don't even think Kmac would have taken it for 6 anyway. Yeah, you can definitely see the YouTube title now. If he ends up winning this game, I got cheated and still beat the luckiest player in the league. Right there, another wise sail call. It seems like Rox is adjusting to it by manning up the tight end, but his user was still chasing the tight end and covered that in a little too late. I like this call from Kmac to get back in his normal offense instead of running or passing out of I wing. Definitely opens it up a little bit more.
Yep.
Right there, he does score. Right, great call by Kmac. I love the post routes. They always hit the back of the end zone, Hammer?
Yeah, they do.
And I don't know if you noticed, but the in route actually pulled in, it seemed like his curl flat or his vert hook that allowed him to throw that post deep. And then if you notice, what do you see, Hammer?
Yeah, the Omaha.
I know MaddenRox goes, oh. Yeah, because now Kmac can see his opponent's player and dial up the perfect play call. So I know MaddenRox is just going to keep on flipping those adjustments.
Yeah, you can see who's manned up. Oh, he just goes with a run right there. I was definitely not expecting that from MaddenRox, was he? I don't think so.
Yeah, that's a good call. That's something that players in these tight Y-offs, normal Y-off closes, because they have such good runs and they know exactly what looks can shoot them and what looks can't, it just allows them to run it on those 2-point conversions.
Yeah, I don't think Rox was set up in the run sheet right there. He was definitely expecting a pass. That was a good decision by Kmac.
Bro, what is that? I just want bumped.
Sauce Gardner, baby.
And looking
Rookie,
back,
come on.
dang,
Yeah,
Sauce Gardner for
he
the
got
pick
straight up.
for the game.
Locked in for that entire second half. Probably didn't say anything the whole time.
Oh no, it's okay, Kmac. We definitely could see you were like much closer to the screen. We saw like the top of the hoodie. We saw the hair. We didn't see much
Yeah.
else. Well, that was definitely a great game. I'm very happy to have you guys all on. And just, it was a very fun game, down to the wire. So that's definitely good. Thank you guys once again. And thank you anyone who tuned into the Twitch, twitch.tv/DML_Madden. Make sure to check it out if you're on YouTube. And thanks to everybody popping in on the chat. Peace.